the Labour Party.
Okay, we another headless topic. We know the presidential election will come up in February 25th. Definitely we'll have cause to come here again and talk about this election. And perhaps INEC will also still come out to provide some additional information about that election. Now we come to Osun State now, where we have been told by the resident electoral commissioner, Dr. Mutiu Agoke, that there are still over 437,000 PVC that are yet to be collected. As of Sunday when he said it, I think that is yesterday. That's during the weekend. Let me put it that way. So, and I'm talking with you on the manager. The man says something apart from giving us this figure, that number is sufficient to make somebody a governor in Osun State. If you look at the votes that INEC declared for PDP and APC in this last, I'm sure none of those figures is up to 437,000.
Yes, he's right. But the question we'll be asking is, why is that those cards still there? In a state where you have tertiary institutions, at least we have about 6 here. We have OAU, we have about 2 universities within us in Oshobo here. We have outside. So most of those people might have registered while they are in the campus and they have gone. Maybe on NYC or go back to their place. Then secondly, there is the issue of nature. People are born, people die. So these are maybe some factors. And then some may have registered, you remember when the heat of the registration was there, people would go there the day, go in the night, your card is not ready and that one, and so people will just, let's leave it. So these are some of the factors. What we expect the politician to do, because one of the roles of political party is to educate, mobilize the citizen, the people in that place. And then another government agency, which is called NOAA, National Agency, Orientation of Agency, or whatever it is, to help tell them, go get your card. That is your strength. These are kind of propaganda. If they are able to do it, perhaps people can go back and collect. And then too, if you ever have dealing with INEC in recent time, you won't like to do it. Before I transfer my own voting center from Lagos to this place, before I could get, you say go to this place, go to that place. I just look, I must vote this time around. So, and some people will have been discouraged because when you go there, look at the queue. They do not organize. So if you know this thing, why don't you make it at what level? Since this election will take place up at the polling unit, pay their engage some people casually and then pay them so that people can have access. So in the way and manner by which the distribution of cards makes some people not to show interest. And then lastly, the Yoruba said, "Big when you buy jolly, so if the politicians have done very well, people will be interested to want to give them the vote for the second time. But if you look at the performance, without missing or mention party, you realize they have not performed when comparatively speaking with what happened 40 years ago. So they themselves have to look at it, not just promising.
Okay.
So they must bring their promise to reality.
Now, let's look at, he's trying to give us reasons why we have this huge number of PVCs that are yet to be collected. Do you agree with it?
Well, you see, I look at it from 2 ways. The federal government or the INEC has its own problem, then Nigerians too, we also have our problem. If there's this attitude until the 11th hour, and that's why Buhari, when he did the redesignation of the Naira in 1984, he gave Nigeria 2 weeks. Some people were expecting that he would extend it. He didn't. Now this one, they have given us another day, 31st of January. Some people will wait until when it is 29. In fact, already people have been asking for extension. Now, you see, that's the, look, we are talking about Osun. What happened in Ogun? The infernal in the INEC office. Some cars were not collected.
Over 60.
Over 60,000.
So that is part of the problem. Now, if you register, whatever, you see, the lawyer was saying, fine, that is good. But whether we like it or not, like our captain said, it is this ballot paper, our PVC, that we can use to effect the change. If the government is not good, if you want to be a good government, you can only install it by our PVC. If the government is not good, we can remove it through our PVC. So if the government is not, that is even the more reason why we need to get our PVC. So not collecting the PVC is not the issue. So the government has it. And like you also said, we can decentralize it from INEC office to the ward level. Or it means
I think they do it that way. The timetable, you spend some minutes at some days rather at INEC at ward level, then you take it to the local government level. But Sake, would you agree, or would you say that the awareness is not enough? Looking at democracy in Nigeria for close to more than 20 years now, 25 or thereabout, would you say the awareness, Nigerians still need this awareness that somebody should be told before he or she will know that he or she has to go and pick his PVC?
Well, in fairness, I think a lot of noise has been made about the need for people to collect their PVC. But you see, there's this apathy on part of many Nigerians. You see, the lifestyle of politicians does not encourage people to take greater interest in going to vote.
Or to sacrifice.
Okay.
Maybe spending 3 hours at
yes,
at a point to collect.
You spend hours in the sun waiting for somebody to just reap where he did not sow, you know. And see, all these feelings are making people to be apathetic. INEC has done its own bit. It is up to the politicians to sensitize the voters. INEC does not need to go out to tell people, to convince, to make noise about people, come and. It is the politicians that need this, these voters and their voters card. And I also want to advise INEC to create more collection and collection centers for these people. It is true they have gone to ward level, but that has proved not to be enough. I think they should further decentralize the collection centers from local government. Even palaces of obas can be used, or even some popular centers, not even necessarily the ward, and get more ad hoc staff to work out. To put in extra hours, because you need this PVC. And you see, the beauty of democracy is to get the rule of the majority, not the minority. Most of the time, you have minority ruling. For instance, in the last election in Edo State, which brought Obaseki to the second time, about 1.something million accredited voters was recorded. It's only 600 and something voted to bring in Obaseki. That's about almost half of the number of people. It's a rule of the minority, and that is not what democracy is all about. It's a rule of majority.
Okay. From INEC, because I attended a sensitization program of organized taking place by INEC just shortly before July 16 election. So I have insight into most of the things that happen, and it's from for that reason I also have this question. INEC is not so pleased at times with the activities of this ad hoc staff. You recall during registration of voters in Lagos State or one state, where some ad hoc staff had to take the machine to a church or a mosque. I can't see.
To a palace,
to go to a palace. So that is why INEC is not so confident to allow all these sensitive materials to go or to be in custody of those that are not their staff. And you know our politicians, you always know how to get whatever they want. So, and the reality is that INEC don't have enough staff that could go around all these polling units or wherever we think this distribution should be decentralized to.
Looking at the past record of INEC, what they do when they just want to distribute this card is that they use some of the ad hoc staff they used during past election. They have their list. the supervisor know how to get in touch with them. They just say, take some, maybe 10 for the ward, and then so. The problem today is that the population is high. Then the ability to even move. Sometimes when you get to the venue, they said they didn't have vehicle to go and convey it. So you have to wait until the INEC staff or some of their staff bring it there. So the problem is not because they don't have enough staff. The problem confronting INEC is just because they felt that they cannot pay that extra money when election is not very close. That's normal. The second one has to do with politicians. You can see the issue of underage that are being registered. And people are even saying, where were you? We are now talking of delete. And it has been with us. It is not a new story. If you have been to the north during election, you will see it. And you dare not say it. That how can the 6-year-old boy be on that? If you do it, they can kill you there. So it has been that, and that's why people normally ask questions. When you said Borno with his internal crisis or Boko Haram, and yet when the election comes, they come in, people are the people. Because normally when there is a crisis in an area, people flee. And so the number of voters will be less. But when they do this abracadabra registration, so you have this high number of are waiting and most of them cannot go there on their own. So somebody somewhere are collecting on their behalf. And then two, we have been privileged to see that even when election is very about 48 hours or 1 week to that place, some politicians will collect PVC. And then exchange for money.
Rivers should take care of that.
So these are some of the things that make those cards to be there. Not necessarily the default of INEC. The politicians are also sharing out of that.
Okay, so because they realize that they will not be able to use somebody's voters.
Yes, so some of those people you can register, but you cannot come and collect on behalf of somebody. They won't give it to you.
Yes.
Those are some of the factors.
Final take on this.
Well, we hope everybody will play his role so that the country will be better off. But I think all of us, from the leadership to the followership, we need attitudinal change.
Okay, maybe we should, for the purpose of sensitizing those watching us and listening to us at home, that they can now move to the various local government headquarters to pick their PVCs. The INEC Commissioner in Osbc, Dr. Mutu Abuki, had said that. So right now, go there now to reduce tension, because when it is our people, when it is about 1 week, that's when they start running down there. So you do yourself a lot of good if you go there now to pick up. Saki, your final thing.
Well, I want to, because the countdown has started, it is February, but the countdown, the build-up is and there's the need for us to be part of the democratic process if we want things to change in the country.
Yes, we will urge the INEC, the political party, to ensure that people are motivated, appealed to go and collect their card, because that is their strength. And so wherever these things are being kept, it should be easy for people to have access at the collection than making it difficult to go to INEC and spend hours before you get it.
So that's how far we'll be able to go on today's edition of this program in the newsroom. I want to appreciate my colleagues that are in the house. Mr. Langola, thank you for your contribution.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
And Saki, I also appreciate you.
Thank you, Biodun.
For coming early always.
Thank you very much.
When you have a guest that comes early, you put the mind of your host at rest or at peace. So we appreciate that, sir. And your advisor, I've not said that to disparage you.
No, really, today the car was determined. 10 I would have come back because I didn't know the governor was commissioning a room. No, if a man doesn't know the program that touches it, because he doesn't want to fight. so I just have to be here. I determined to be here.
My name is Abiodun Lalibi. Bye bye.
Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. In the newsroom, you can't afford to miss it.
ìlà ọ̀rọ̀ kún. Ní gbọ̀ngàn ní kírun. Ìtìlẹ̀ tòkó kó parapọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé Ọ̀ṣun lárugẹ. Ọ̀ṣun kó dàgbà ó jí kí araba. Tiwantiwa ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Tiwantiwa ní ìpínlẹ̀ àwa.
Security in Bloglio is the main concern of everybody in Nigeria. Alert on security is sacrosanct. OSBC Television Channel 32 UHF Ileawiye Okebale Osogbo sensitizes you through a program, Security and You, on Mondays between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the evening. Members of the public are allowed to contribute meaningfully to save you and me from the headache. Make a date with the anchor Abdul Jalil at DBC on this channel with security experts. Security and You. Hey, a must watch. Join us.
Program that sensitizes the public about how they can secure their lives, their property, and the society at large. You are welcome. Yes, as we usually have it, we are going to have tips on the security over the week. Let us start from the IGP. The Inspector General of Police laments as federal government cuts police budget proposal by 92.9 billion naira amidst insecurity. Likewise, we have it 5 killed as government attack military checkpoint. So, then disquiet over sudden disappearance of NSCDC deputy commandant. Now, also Commissioner of Police visit brigade commander seeks synergy between police military. Now, kidnappers demand a 10 million naira ransom for the corpse of victim they killed while in captivity. Likewise, this one. Missing teenage boy eventually found dead. Private part. Missing. 5 guns recovered as police operative bust Curtis hideout. 2 members arrested. That is kudos to the police. This one. 2 police operative crushed to death while on duties. Just in another one. Governor donates patrol vehicles to police command to fight crimes. Yes, it has been done some time ago in the state of Osun. Even the governor distributed motorcycles. Oh man, kidnaps own son. Demand 182,000 naira ransom from wife. That is very funny. We will force you out of office. Government threatens sitting governor. Traditional ruler, 2 girls shot dead inside palace. Likewise, male nurse arrested allegedly for raping 14-year-old girl inside hospital ward. Likewise, gunmen invade palace, kill monarch chief, 2 others. Police operative arrest DSS officer for inflicting matches caught on campaign director general. Likewise, IGP receives briefing from 3 commissioner of police over Lagos-Ibadan expressway attack. Issues fresh orders. Likewise, Yahoo boy herbalist caught with human parts. Likewise, 9 passengers abducted by suspected armed men in another expressway attack. That we cannot exhaust what we have on this one. That is the little we can. Then it is now to look for more information or detail of it. As we usually have it, I have a veteran security man. Yes, veteran security man. Alaj Suleiman, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening, viewers.
Yes, you are. We said that you are a veteran because you have retired more than 20 years ago.
Is that so?
Thank God that you are still the police. Yes, we thank you. Yeah, we want to start it from the speech of the Inspector General of Police, who laments as federal government cuts police budget proposal by 92.9 billion naira amidst insecurity. And what's your?
Well, it all depends. You know, budgeting. For example, if I say this is what I want, Well, in the budget, by the time it is considered in and out, and whatever is available, they will say, okay, this is how far we can go. So I am not surprised. And the IG too, yes, because with what is happening now, security, as I used to say, is a sine qua non. When you have security, whatever you want to do, you have a leeway to do it. You have the Appian way, if I want to use that word. It is when you have security. But as I said, it is not everything the government can give. Because as A is submitting its own, B is submitting
to the same.
So they will now know, what is our capacity? And you know what is going on now. So to narrow it down, personally, I am not surprised. Because I know it is not a deliberate thing.
92.9 billion.
Yes. By the time, for example, go to the military now, you will see their own too. Go to other armed services, you will see their own too. And you know, there is the capital, there is the recurrent expenditure. Because all those employed encompassingly must get their monthly.
Because what some people are saying now is that Nigeria is supposed to increase our spending on security.
Yes.
Not that we have something as big as as big as 92.9 billion naira deducted from it instead of adding to it. Are we supposed to be adding to it or reducing?
Thank you. From my own little experience, as I said, it is not everything. We just pray that the economy should improve, should boom. In fact, when economy booms, whatever you ask for, they can even give you addition to it. So I'm just giving that as an example. Let me give an example right home here. During Governor Aregbe's time. In December, you know, he used to be. Yes. So you see, thank you. So we just pray that things will boom, because it is for everybody's advantage, especially security. Very, very important.
We still have one here where President Muhammad Buhari approved 134.7 billion naira for military veterans. Can we say because he was a military veteran?
No.
Increasing that of the police. Increasing that of the
military. When you talk of veterans, when you were starting here, you were making mention that it's true. I retired more than 20 years ago. If it were in other advanced countries, like in America, in so, and so, even in some African countries, the people you call veterans, they will be treated like, because they regard them as reserves. Anything can happen, and with their experience, they will be able to mold whoever they will do the doable. So, and you know, we grow older every day. That is why, as I said, when you go to some advanced countries, not that you begin to look so. Whatever you have will be meeting you in your in your house. But we pray for that too. So I am not surprised. It's not because it's no. Forget
But when you
about
compare
that.
it with what happened to the police, can we say that it is closer to justice?
Look, you do things step by step, and as the head of state and the general, I don't think he should be supporting one and leaving the other.
92.9 billion reduced from the police.
Yes.
134 increase to that of the
He
military.
knows what he is doing.
Okay.
He has everything at his table.
Okay. Let us look at this breakthrough that is to the police. Governor celebrates police for rejecting bribe.
Beautiful.
Do we have such?
Yes. And in fact, it is still happening. It will encourage you. Look at the other officer. He became a CSP. Then because he rejected so, not up to 3 months. They compensated, he became an assistant commissioner of police. This is the type of thing we want. That is the type of thing we want. It will encourage others to do the same. Because I used to say it, there should be discipline, there should be fear of God, there should be leadership by example. So, the sky is the beginning of your success. If you are doing things that are very, very encouraging.
Because such a gesture in the police and some other things is somehow strange to have.
It's not strange. It's not strange. I don't want to be making mention.
But at some joints, at some point, you
Yes.
see some extorting, even till now. They might not extort you because you
Yes,
were their boss,
yes.
but you see them on the road extorting.
Thank you. That is why we have the provost. I am saying it for the umpteenth time. You know, even like Osun, they have a provost every state. I told you I was the provost marshal of the Nigerian police before, once upon a time. The provost marshal is the head, it's just like an appeal court. Discipline. The same they have in the military. So when you say you extort you so, and the X squad catches you with mad money, it's dismissal outrightly. How?
But don't you think that the marshal himself can be bought?
Marshal? Oh, before they make you, let me tell you. Thank God. I told you I was a provost marshal. Before that, when I was in the middle level, I was using one status. I was staff officer junior, staff officer senior, CSPA, and staff commissioner of police also. When you don't have to copy bad thing. You have to be straightforward.
Some are doing it.
That is why I say the provost. And then, not only the provost, if you are an officer, you do that, they will issue you query. If your answer is not satisfactory, we have that. We have the police service formation. We have everything. So you have to. That's why I say discipline, fear of God, leadership by example.
Thank you. As we are in the studio now, some are still extorting in some areas.
Thank you.
Can it stop? Can it stop? And how can
My God, it can. When you contact the commissioner of police here, he will know he has his, we'll call it X squad. Those people, well, let me make mention of the language. They act incognito. That is, you don't recognize them. in legal something.
It's a language.
When you act incognito, when you are so, you don't even know the person is not wearing uniform. So you will not know whether he's so. And by the time they catches you with camera and so, that's the end of it. You're subject to trial by the provost. And there used to be accelerated investigation, accelerated prosecution, accelerated conviction. You know, I'm talking of that departmental something. So whoever is caught like that, you know, we used to have the marked type of money. He's already, it's dismissal.
But sir, some people still say that some of the people that usually extort on the road, they are giving return even to the provost himself, even to the commissioner, to the IG.
Look,
that's the belief of some people.
Thank God. I have been, and I have to thank God that I grew up at the, it's regimental. So I know what I'm saying. They will not put you in a place when they know you will not show good example. Who are you? And that is why I say there should be discipline, there should be fear of God, there should be leadership. I will not tell you how many got training under me. Even my own oddly. By the time I was retiring in 2002, I said, yes, oddly. Go. I'm happy. The boy is using 3 stars now. Look, about 1.5 years ago, he phoned me. But he said by the time he landed in Ikeja airport, they said, oh, this is Oga Pikin. So. And you know, that boy added something. He said, we don't forget your handwriting. I said, look at this boy.
I want you to educate people who believe in that very insinuation that the police bosses, they collect return, or that is being plowed by some boys on the road. How true is it?
Look,
return.
As I used to say, out of every 12 there can be one Judas. Look, these fingers are not equal. But my own is, when you take up an appointment and so, you have to be very, there can be some, but you have to, because every day is for the thief. One day is for the owner. By the time you are exposed, so we learn, and that's why we always attend courses. Look, even the junior ones attend development course, refresher course, prosecution course. As we seniors, we know, you go for courses. So from there, you will be able to know what is right and what is wrong. And you have to be very, very, very careful. And again, on top of it all, know the son of whom you are. Not your manity one she. So that by the time you retire, people will not be saying, Abi.
Okay, we thank God for your life. We thank God.
Thank you.
But I want you to just tell the people, which time is it true that there are some people, who are external on the road that brings certain amounts to their bosses who are in the office? Because we learned that none of them goes out without the consent of the boss. That when you are going, bring this particular amount. How true is it?
Look. There could be hearsay, there could be suppositions, there could be assumption. But I am not saying it is not happening. But the antidote to it is what I've said. If you are a boss, live by example, so that people don't think of today alone. Think of tomorrow. Think of next year. Think of so. Think of so. wọ́n ní ká lè rí nípa tèmi pé ká lè rí mo ṣe ìwọ̀n tí mo lè. Good example, because no one knows tomorrow. Okay, as you are saying, I thank God. But what I'm trying to say is, I am not saying, oh, that is rubbish. Mm-mm.
Some people have seen it.
Well, I will not say no. But in your own, on your own, and with people you move with, you will know, oh, yes. Because by the time you look, some of my customers, when we meet, now we hug ourselves, oh, thank God for, thank you. And even when they deliver lectures in their various something, they will say, hey, yes,
Okay, let's look at this another achievement. 5 guns recovered as police operative boss Curtis Idols. 2 members arrested. Court. Then are we going to hand anything of that nature?
What is that?
Then the act of courtism in our society.
Cultism. You see, as I used to say, things can happen. But I will go back to how a kid starts at home. You see, we should teach our children the right thing. Well, not all of them can be, but majority, even those along the line who want to fault, others will say, don't you know? So. I used to tell my children, you face your studies. I will not see you. Look, when a child comes home, you see he's not earning anything, or maybe even if he's earning, you see whatever you see in that child. What is it? What is this? What is so? Where did you buy this? And then, when he keeps companies, you watch. Who is that? So. Your classmate? Look at the thing I'm seeing in his hand or in her hand, and so.
Vigilance.
Never again. I don't want to. Oh yeah, give me the phone number of his father or her father. Yes. When your child gets home, you try to sit her down and ask some questions. So from there, you'll be able to, some, they just go anyway, they go wrong, whatever, This world is, they feel, the world is so. So, in a nutshell, right from home, we should be watching our children, watching what their movements and the friends and whatever they eat.
Thank you, because just only a minute until that has been said.
Yes.
Right? Yes, I want you to look at if you are a chairman of your community.
Yes.
Then what should each community do in checking all these things? Because all these people, they are living around us.
Yes.
They initiate themselves around us in our environment. What I want to address.
Look,
landlord.
I once said so here. Okeodo Onibombo community. Look, after Ilodo here. Look, that testing ground area. The road. So, right from testing ground to the power line, you will see it's Okeodo Onibombo community. It has been existing since 2003.
We don't have much time. Address your address today.
In fact, we have a constitution. If you like, I can give you a copy. That is, there is...
your final advice to landlord and chairman of
We hold meetings every fortnightly. And it cuts across geographical / ethnic boundaries. We hold meetings fortnightly. And we start from 8 on Saturdays till about 10. And you know, from everywhere, whatever is strange, they will bring to us, and we will be able to. For example, if they see any strange movement, even the youth, we have them. So,
I thank you
there
very
is
much.
that
This
synergy.
particular thing. We are going to still discuss it another time. Security is not an issue that one can finish in time.
Okay.
We want to appreciate Alhaji Ayuade
Yes.
very much for being a veteran security.
We are calling.
I want to appreciate my boss, Sesan Ojedokun, and Maruf Ashiru, GB Des, and Mutiu Lai, my cameraman. I'm Adebisi Abijeli, but this is what we're going to meet next week, this particular time again. Bye for now.
ńláńlá ẹjọ́ TV channel wo lòlè jọjà títà yẹ sọ fún wọn. OSBC ló ké balẹ̀ yìí channel 32 UHF náà lè sọ. ẹgbẹ́ fọlọ́ọ̀dà wá síbẹ̀ hàn. OSBC channel 32 kí ló ṣe níbẹ̀ gan òjijì tún lè ṣàdùnkẹ́ ṣí ọmọ. wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ àsìkò ní àjọyọ̀ àsìkò kọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n lọ́lọ́kan òjò kan àwọn orin àsìkò tó tún bàtà mú gidi ẹ ṣe publicity fún business tí a jáwó ìwọ lọ rí wọn tún lè ṣàdó bàbá ọgbọ́n ṣòkòrò kí ló gé balẹ̀ náà wà ó ṣòkòrò kí ló gé balẹ̀ náà wà ó.
Atótó arére o ẹ̀yin ènìyàn ẹ ǹlẹ́ o. Ká fọ́mọ lọ́yàn ó ṣe pàtàkì ó ṣe kókó. Ká fọ́mọ lọ́yàn lóṣù mẹ́fà àkọ́kọ́. Ìlera ọmọ ṣe pàtàkì ó ṣe kókó. Ọpọlọ ọmọ lè dàgbà kó lè jí pépé. A kò má ní fọ́mọ lọ́yàn kó má yin ni o. A kò má ní fọ́mọ lọ́yàn kó má yege. Ọ́fíìsì aya gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àti iléeṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ló ń ké tantan pé a kò máa ní fọ́mọ lọ́yàn kó má yìn ni o. A kò máa ní fọ́mọ lọ́yàn kó má yege.
Akọni obìnrin, akọni obìnrin.
Good evening, viewers at home. You are welcome to the evening news. I am Kayode Adebayo. President Muhammadu Buhari has reiterated the need for Nigerian men to stay off activities that could jeopardize the peaceful conduct of the 2023 general elections. The president gave the